800 feet beneath the ocean, 135 sailors pack into a steel tube smaller than a school bus, where the smallest mistake can make escape impossible. Every rule on board was written in blood and silence, not by choice, but for survival. Break just one, and you endanger everyone. Why are rules like noise discipline and even banning politics truly a matter of life and death down here? Every compartment on a submarine carries its own hush. The rhythm of daily life bends around the need for silence, because on patrol, someone is always sleeping, and somewhere in the ocean, an enemy sonar is always listening. The crew moves on a strict 18-hour watch cycle. At any hour, a third of the sailors are off duty, trying to rest in bunks stacked like coffins. Even a single careless step can ripple through the hull and out into the water, where sound travels 4 times faster than in air and can be heard for miles. Veterans call it the submarine shuffle, a way of walking that glides rather than stomps. Toes first, knees bent. Weight distributed to avoid the sharp crack of a heel or the clatter of a dropped tool. It becomes second nature. Long after leaving the service, former crew members still close doors quietly at home, their hands unconsciously cushioning every latch. Sound designers have measured the difference. A normal footstep registers as a sharp spike on an audio waveform, but a practiced shuffle barely registers above the background hum. During silent running, the treadmill in the berthing area is powered down. The rhythmic thump of running feet, harmless on land, could betray the boat's position to a sonar array lurking in the deep. A single dropped wrench, a metallic ping against steel, can travel through the hull, through the water, and be picked up by hydrophones miles away. Every action is filtered through this rule. No slamming hatches, no raised voices, no unnecessary movement. The price of breaking silence is not just a lost night's sleep. It is the risk that a submarine designed for invisibility will be found. Space on a submarine is measured in inches, not feet. For 135 sailors, the communal areas are smaller than a school bus. There is no place to hide from a heated argument or walk off a grudge. That is why certain topics are off limits, by necessity, not by preference. Politics and religion are the 2 forbidden subjects, a ban taught on day 1 at submarine school and enforced without exception. In the mess hall, the conversation never drifts toward elections, protests, or faith. If it does, the response is immediate. A newly qualified sailor once tried to debate a news headline over breakfast. A senior chief did not raise his voice or make a scene. He simply said, "Not here," and the table fell silent. No one needed to explain why. On a submarine, trust is oxygen, fragile, essential, and quickly poisoned by division. The rule is not written in any official handbook, but everyone knows it. Peer enforcement is constant. If a discussion veers toward controversy, someone will change the subject or break the tension with a joke. It is not about suppressing opinions, it is about survival. Every sailor relies on the next for safety, for rest, for sanity. There is no room for factions when the margin for error is measured in seconds. Instead, common ground is found in shared hardship, the exhaustion of watch cycles, the taste of recycled air, the relief of a letter from home. Underwater, brotherhood is built on what unites, never on what divides. Every new submariner faces a challenge that goes far beyond memorizing a checklist. The path to earning dolphins, a small silver pin with 2 fish and a submarine, takes 6 to 12 months of relentless study, all while standing watch and pulling a share of maintenance. Unlike surface ships, where sailors specialize, every submariner is expected to know every system on the boat. Reactor, sonar, hydraulics, emergency procedures, no compartment is off limits. Miss a single valve location or forget a damage control sequence and you start over. The process is as much a test of nerve as it is of knowledge. Oral boards with senior chiefs are legendary for their intensity. Imagine standing in a cramped machinery space, sweat beading on your forehead, as a chief petty officer fires off questions about reactor scram procedures or the precise sequence to isolate a flooding compartment. There are no hints, no second chances. The chief's eyes never leave yours. If you stumble, the grilling only gets harder. Some sailors wash out. Many never complete the process. Only about 1% of Navy personnel ever qualify for submarine service. For those who pass, the moment is unforgettable. A newly qualified sailor, exhausted but unbroken, stands at attention as the chief pins dolphins to their chest. It is more than a badge. It is a declaration that anywhere on the boat, in any emergency, this sailor is ready. The crew knows they can trust the person next to them with their life, because every submariner has earned their place through fire, and sweat. 94 bunks for 135 sailors. The math is as tight as the passageways. On a Virginia-class submarine, hot racking is not a choice. It is a necessity. Every bunk is shared by at least 2 sailors, sometimes 3, each on staggered watch cycles. When one sailor rolls out for duty, another slides in, the mattress still warm. A privacy curtain offers the only real barrier between a person and the rest of the crew. That curtain is sacred, never touched without permission. The unwritten code is just as strict. Leave no trace behind. Sheets are changed before shore rotation, and every personal item is stowed in a locker smaller than an airline carry-on. Hygiene is not just about comfort. It is about respect for the next sailor who will call that space home for a few hours. Showers are rationed with the same precision. 2 minutes, 120 seconds is the absolute limit. The sequence is drilled into muscle memory. 30 seconds to wet down, water off, soap up. Then a quick 90-second rinse. Every second counts. Veterans can finish with time to spare, but no one dares go over. The reason is simple. Every gallon of water comes from a desalination plant that draws power from the nuclear reactor. Fresh water is precious, and using more means less power for propulsion, life support, or critical systems. Unauthorized soaps or shampoos are banned. Even a trace of the wrong chemical can foul the million-dollar purification system, risking water for the entire crew. Laundry is rationed on a strict schedule. 1 washer, 1 dryer, 135 people. Clothes are worn again and again before a turn comes up. In emergencies, showers can be suspended for days or weeks. The discipline behind these routines is not just habit, it is survival. Every constraint, every ritual, is a quiet act of obedience that keeps the submarine and everyone in it alive. Aboard a submarine, authority is not just a formality. It is a lifeline. The captain alone occupies a private stateroom, a small but powerful symbol of absolute responsibility. Every other sailor, from the newest recruit to the most senior chief, shares cramped berthing and follows a strict chain of command. In emergencies, orders are given and obeyed without a second's hesitation. There is no debate, no appeals. The margin for error is razor thin. Chief petty officers, often with decades under their belts, enforce this culture with an unspoken gravity. Junior officers quickly learn to trust the experience of chiefs who have lived through every drill and real-world crisis. The saying holds true: chiefs run the Navy, but the captain bears the weight of every decision. On patrol, this hierarchy is not about ego. It is about survival. When a command is issued, it is executed instantly. because the safety of 135 souls depends on it. No margin for error exists in the nuclear heart of a submarine. For over 60 years, the United States Navy's nuclear program has operated without a single reactor accident, a record unmatched anywhere in the world. This perfection is not luck or chance. It is the result of a culture where even the smallest safety lapse is met with immediate removal from duty. Admiral Hyman Rickover, the father of the Navy's nuclear fleet, demanded that sailors learn to do the right thing even when no one is watching. His surprise inspections became legend. Reactor compartments are maintained to hospital-level cleanliness, with every logbook and checklist scrutinized. Chiefs still echo his standards, reminding crews that safety is not a guideline, but an absolute. Monthly exams test even the most experienced. The expectation is simple: excellence, every time from every sailor. Anything less, and you are off the boat. Today, the U.S. Navy nuclear submarines have logged 160 million miles without a single reactor accident. That is a record unmatched in military history. These rules aren't just tradition. They are what keep peace beneath the waves. Every silent patrol continues, unseen but essential. Their discipline is our shield.